News story here, guys. Toyota has suspended more car shipments as a new testing scandal has emerged. This has affected Honda, Mazda and others in this fraudulent acts. Toyota has uncovered 7 models that underwent testing that differed from government standards. Honestly, this is actually an ongoing saga for these Japanese automakers, and it's not looking good. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to see you. This is another, to be honest, I think it's more evidence of the Japanese automotive industry and its impending doom. Once the greatest automotive industry in the world, no doubt, but no longer. It's sort of like the passing of the guard, the changing from the samurai to the new modern army, where the army starts to use guns instead of swords, or basically moving from the horse to the car. Same thing's happening in Japan, and automakers there are struggling to deal with this change. Emission standards, they're struggling to actually meet those standards, so they're basically trying all kinds of things. Now, Toyota has been reeling from a rash of misconduct at group companies. It's embroiled in a new scandal and will halt sales of 3 models after the automaker found it had conducted inadequate vehicle verification, including particularly for safety tests. Now, Toyota was actually proven to be falsifying data for safety tests by putting fake things in cars that would be tested during the safety test. What they did is they put all this extra metal, heaps of new metal sections in cars, apparently up to 100 new sections and welds in cars that were used for safety tests. Those parts, of course, those extra welds, that extra metal was not in the standard cars. Toyota have admitted to that. That was in their small cars, and they actually, this is all across Southeast Asia, by the way, and they had to stop selling those models of cars, and I believe there's some kind of recall going on as well. Now, Mazda Motor Corporation, Honda, and 2 other companies were also caught in similar certification testing missteps under a review prompted by Japan's Ministry of Transportation, said the ministry on Monday. Suzuki and Yamaha also uncovered inappropriate testing, according to the ministry. So this is most of Japan's automotive industry that have been doing things that, well, no one knows the full depth of this scandal. I'm going to guess a lot of it will be covered up. It is extremely regrettable that new fraudulent acts have come to light, since fraudulent acts in type designation applications undermine user confidence and shake the very foundation of the automobile certification system, said the Ministry of Japan. The ministry instructed all 5 companies to suspend shipments of affected vehicles until regulators can confirm the vehicles are in compliance. Now, as you can tell, very vague wording here. What exactly does this mean? What are they referring to? What exactly is it? Is it the engines are faulty? Is it safety crash tests? Is it emissions? No one really knows. The misconduct comes at a particularly sensitive time for Toyota before its annual shareholders meeting later this month. 2 major shareholder proxy groups have recommended against reappointing Chairman Akio Toyoda to the board of the company he led for more than a decade, citing the wave of testing and certification problems in Toyota's realm, but also really the fact that Toyota is still very anti-EV. They think that the future is EVs. Toyota says it's not, and shareholder groups are saying this is insane. When are you morons going to finally wake up? Speaking at evening news conference after the ministry's announcement, Toyota apologized for the latest problems and said that reviews of tens of thousands of tests had resulted in only 6 violations being discovered so far. I don't know if that's true. That's what Toyota says. Many of the problems happened because Toyota tested safety standards under more stringent conditions than required by the Ministry for Certification, claims Toyota. Now, I don't know if that's true. Because of that, they say the vehicles are still safe to drive. Don't worry, it's okay. But Toyota's tests were still out of sync because Toyota neglected to get proper waivers from the ministry ahead of time. I don't know. I don't really understand this stuff. But anyway, this is what they said. The vehicles were produced and sold without going through the correct certification process. I take a bow of contrition, a deep, long bow of contrition. I'm truly sorry. It sort of sounds like, have you guys seen the movie or the TV show Shogun? It reminds me of some of the rituals in Shogun. He's still talking about bowing, a deep, long bow. No one cares about bowing, mate. They care about you just selling the right products and not falsifying documents. Anyway, speaking at a news conference after the ministry's announcement, Toyota apologized for the latest problems, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna do a long bow here, and then I'm gonna commit seppuku, fall on my sword." Yeah, no, he didn't actually say that, but that could work. Anyhow, Glass Lewis & Co. and Institutional Shareholder Services said Toyota should be held responsible for the many problems, the culture perpetuating these problems, emissions problems, safety standard problems, in consideration of the current situation where a spate of certification irregularities occurred in the Toyota Motor Group. Shareholders are advised to vote against the chairman, Akio Toyoda, said in a recommendation to its entire shareholder group. Fundamentally, corporate culture will be created from the top down, not vice versa. When no changes are being made at the director level, it appears questionable whether the company's approach is effective. Now, there is an investigation still underway, but so far Toyota has uncovered 7 different models, including several already discontinued, that underwent testing that differed from government standards. This comes down to the safety testing I was mentioning. They did not meet the standard safety testing requirements. Some included testing for pedestrian and occupant protection, Toyota said. So these are the models Toyota are suspending. Different models of Corollas, Yaris, and affected models already discontinued, such as the Crown, the Isis, the Sienta, and the Lexus RX. Now this inadequate testing is especially embarrassing for Toyota after it suffered similar problems that came up at affiliate Toyota Group companies. In January, Chairman Toyoda, whose great-grandfather founded the Toyota dynasty, summoned leaders of 17 group companies to admonish them to stay on the straight and narrow and not cut corners. I will be watching what actions are taken, he told the assembled executives. As the person responsible for group companies, I will be taking actions. No one knows what those actions were. They don't seem to have been taken. 5 months later, well, this has come up again. Toyota's truck-making affiliate Hino Motors was tripped up in 2022 after fudging emission certifications. In December, Daihatsu's mini car subsidiary owned by Toyota was forced to suspend global shipments after it was found to have rigged side collision safety tests amid irregularities dating back for the last 36 years. In January, Toyota halted worldwide shipments of 10 nameplates after engines supplied by Toyota Industries had improper horsepower and torque testing, and basically they lied about the horsepower and torque. The scandals forced 300,000 recalls of Daihatsu alone. So yeah, Toyota is just one of the companies. Like I said, other Japanese companies have been involved in this scandal. There's so much more information coming to light, but it might bore you to death. All I can say is the Japanese automotive industry, it's turning into a bit of a joke. Now, clearly they're fighting EVs. They're trying to prevent EVs from becoming popular, spreading disinformation about them. But the rot goes far deeper than just that, as you can see. Thank you for watching.